Hi there again, Linda here. Welcome again to the Spirit of Watercolors. So glad to have you join me again. And today we're talking about salt. It's really adds some nice effects and textures and excitement to our painting. And it's just an amazing little addition, a technique which some people call gimmick, right, to watercolors. And so here's just what I'm going to be sort of showing you today. This is a little example. So as you can see here, the snowy effect I was trying to create here with the sky is from sprinkling salt, and then I sprinkled some salt into the trees also, and into some of the groundworks for texture. So it creates all kinds of little effects. You know, you can make sparkles in the water, all kinds of wonderful things, right? So it's pretty exciting, and I wanted to kind of just share this with you. And I'll show you a quick demo of how we do this. And it's just something that you will enjoy playing around with, I hope. And you will be able to, you know, create some really neat effects with. So just to quickly talk about how we do this. We want to lay in our wash of color for the sky to start with, right? Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll sprinkle in the salt. And the big tip on any time you use salt is to get it into that paint as quickly as possible, okay? So if I'm doing my flat wash here, and I will just, let's see, bring in a nice blue from my palette here. I love my phthalo blue, which is sort of rediscovered for me. Sometimes I mix up different blues together just because it's, you know, kind of creating my own blue, getting a lot on the palette so that it'll make a nice even wash of color. I was actually watching another painter the other day who was taking their paper and actually kind of dampening it first. I've got a big round brush, which I can use like a flat also. If you wish, you can use either the flat or the round, and just get that paper kind of damp. And then that'll help the water to spread a little more, and it won't just grab onto the paper and create that dry brush effect. And you know, it's even nice to watch other people's videos because it's good to just be reminded on how to do things. Okay, so I'm just laying in my blue sky here with some gorgeous blue color. And you know, color is something that really can cheer us up, take us away from all the concerns of the world. You see, I'm just laying that flat wash right in at a slight angle there on my paper, and just so that it'll flow downward nice and evenly. And once I get, you know, as much sky here as I want, maybe I want a little interest in my ground. I didn't even lay in a horizon line. I'm just going to kind of make that up here because I'm just practicing, which is what I hope you'll do, and not get too worried about the outcome at the beginning, okay? And then I've got this nice blue wash here, right? And gravity's bringing those strokes together. And then I'm going to bring in my salt. I've got two kinds of salt here. This is my table salt, okay? I think I'm getting low on that, and you can sprinkle that in so you get some snowy effect. One thing also is if you kind of shoot it downwards, you can kind of get more of a rain effect, which is kind of fun too. But I'm working on a winter scene because it's February. And so to make me enjoy the winter more and maybe even go out and observe what's beautiful about it, painting sometimes inspires me. I go out and look out there, and then I come back and paint in here. This is where the spiritual part of this comes into play, right? Yeah, and the other thing that's really important, now that I've put in that flat wash there, and I've poured my salt onto it, I don't want to move this. I want that to set up and dry, and then I will be able to start to get these effects, you know, after it's dry. These other parts I'm going to do, I'll wait till this is set up and dry, and then we'll you know, bring in some wet on wet trees and then throw some salt in. And I did want to mention the rock salt. Now I'm not supposed to move this. Let's see if I can get my salt out of there. Okay. There we go. We're okay. And the rock salt has a thicker granule to it, so they're bigger grains, so you'll get a little different effect. So let me throw a few of those on there, just because maybe some of the snowflakes, maybe they're a little bit closer, right? My husband calls this kosher salt. Kosher salt, so it's bigger granules. And it's not that iodized regular salt most of us buy. So, and there's other kinds of salt. I don't know that it'll change. I mean, it depends. It's just the size of the granulation that you might be interested in changing. The size of the little resist marks that the salt will do. It will grab the color from the pigment of the paint up and soak it up into the salt. And then when you move the salt, you're going to see the white little flecks here, little white resist effects. Okay? All right. So that's salt. This is kind of a quick video. Get in there and play and put on your music, you know, maybe, you know, some festive, I want to say, if it's in the holiday season, you could do the Christmas carols, but now it's more like February, I might be starting to play some easy breezy ethereal music, something that reminds me, oh, there's this piano player who, George Winston did a lot of things about the seasons. You can play, he plays piano, and get in a mood, put that on in the background, and just, you know, get your paints flowing and get your salt in there. And then next time we'll get in with a little bit of saran wrap, which is another really interesting textural effect that you can do. You can get sort of mosaic effects and so forth, which we'll talk about in our next video. So stay tuned. Please join me again, because each little video I will give you some idea of how to approach this, and then let you get in there and just explore and play and not worry about the outcome, not worry about the perfection. But the more you do this, the more fun, the more positive attitude you get about it, the better results you're going to get, I guarantee it. So thank you so much again for joining me for this little video about salt. And please, if you like these videos, click on the like, and I would love to have you subscribe, and then we'll keep on going and we'll move into more wonderful tips and tricks about the spirit and the wonder of watercolor. Thank you. Come on back. See you soon.